Praise Yah. Glory to our King Yeshua. Welcome back again to 3T's, where we tell the truth. And today my topic is basically going to be on something the most important thing. Like I told you before, family values. Family is the key. Family, understanding what family is and how important it is to keep family together. Because you know the saying, together we stand, divided we fall. So, and I've been noticing a lot of things happening lately that are really discouraging families. And we really need to focus on what's more important right now, not later, but right yesterday. This was a calling that should have been broke out yesterday. People who have power should have been speaking of this yesterday, and some of them are, and they have. But we need to do it more abundantly. We need to put our voices out into the world more abundantly, in a greater form, and really touch the lives and souls of people all around us. It is necessary. Give me one moment, please. Okay, my apologies. Well, why am I speaking about family when I don't have any children? I'm not married. No, I'm not looking. Because recently, when I just got back on Facebook, a younger family member of mine's hit home. I mean, I already was aware of this, and I was going to speak about it anyway, but we need this now. So one of my family members said she hated her family. When I read that post, I understood everything she was saying. She didn't have to say anything else. I understood why exactly she said that. And there are many kids who feel that way, and they should not. No child should come out their mouth or feel in their heart or have on their mind something that can be embedded in their soul, saying that they hate their family when you're supposed to love your family. Your family is supposed to be your foundation. They're supposed to be your strength, your support system. Those that love you when the world does not. But if the world don't love you and your family don't love you, how can you expect anyone to be hopeful in this life? How can you expect them to be successful in their way? People, you've got to come up out of this darkness that we are surrounded by and start loving your family and start loving your kids. That no child in this earth should be saying that they hate their family. Now, let me tell you why some children say that. And I've seen it with my own eyes. And like I said, but let me tell you what the Most High said in the book of Enoch too, before I continue. This is the chapter 103 of the book of Enoch. There are a couple of different type of books, but this is the one that goes up to 105 chapters. So there's another one that goes up to 108, and they seem like the scriptures are off. I did compare both of them, and some of them are right parallel, but some of them are off. So this is the one that goes up to 105. Let me tell you what the Most High Enoch told us. He said, and be assured, this is verse 6 in chapter 103, and be assured by me that light and darkness, day and night, behold all your transgressions. Be not impious in your thoughts. Lie not. Surrender not the word of uprightness. Lie not against the word of the Holy and Mighty One. Glorify not your idols. For all your lying and your impiety is not for righteousness, but for great crime. Just know this in verse 5. Let me tell you this. Well, this is what he tells us to do in verse 5. So I told you verse 6. This is verse 5. I'm going to go backwards for a minute before I go forward. Be not associates with them, but keep yourselves at a distance from their oppression. Be ye associated with the host of heaven. You, ye sinners, shall all transgression shall not be taken account of and be recorded. He said, be ye sinners. So you, ye sinners, say, all our transgressions shall not be taken account of and be recorded, but all your transgressions shall be recorded daily, is what he's saying. So he's telling the sinners are saying, no, they're not going to record anything. No, basically they're trying to tell people that, nothing you do will be in remembrance. But that's why he said this is falsehood. You're being lied to. You're being deceived. You're being manipulated. You're being torn apart right before your own eyes. And everybody got a word to say about my truth. But everything I'm saying is just that. The truth. Like he said, surrender not the word of uprightness. And I will not surrender it for the sake of people's feelings because they're living in that sin. No, I will not surrender it. When I see kids hurting and all of this and adults hurting and they don't have to hurt because the world is so caught up in their own sin that they don't want to face and accept the truth around them. How long will these kids be suffering like this? How many kids have been taken away from their families? How many kids have been given away? I see people, I've been online typing up, doing research. I see other nations with our children. Why is that? How can we trust them with our children? Yes, on the picture, they're trying to make it seem like they're happy, but we don't know how they're treating those kids. We don't. If they treated us badly, what do you think they're going to do to them children? Use them for evil and wickedness, and I've seen it with my own eyes as they were adult level. Conform them to their will and their wicked ways. It's time to wake up. The awakening should have been done at the beginning of time. But hey, people are closing the door on the truth. Just because you close the door in your mind on the truth don't mean the truth is not before you. This world is showing you the truth right before your eyes. And I'm sick and tired of these kids crying and feeling lonely and feeling lost, feeling like their parents don't want them. I'm tired of I'm tired of parents acting like they great parents and their kids ain't even right either. Wake up. Together we stand, divided we fall. All of these people, even some of our enemies' children, and I've said that, like I told you, I'm going to repeat the truth until you get it. Even our enemies have some people who have been telling us the truth from the beginning. Some of them went through some terrible phases of life because of them trying to bring that truth to us, deliver that truth to us. Some of them have lost their lives. Why would someone tell a truth that they know their life is in danger and they still trying to tell that truth? Why? Who would do that if it wasn't truth? Who would do that? Who would make that sacrifice? You tell me anybody who would make that sacrifice. It's time for us to stop playing. What's driving us away? Let's get on that one. What's driving us away from what matters the most? Technology. Let's start with that one because that's the greatest one right now. Cell phones, tablets. You got everybody like this. In a house full of people, though. They're just... Now, don't get me wrong. I just explained to the kids today the value of self. The value of the state of mind. The value of their mind. How to use it. Because I will not leave them ignorant. Even if the world wants to. And I will claim that. As long as I have breath in my body to breathe, I will show them that. Cell phones, It's not even the technology itself. It's what they put in it. Technology is a great thing, a great invention. Don't get me wrong. I like it. I appreciate it. It helps me with a lot, even getting this message to you. So I know there's great benefits. It can be used for good purposes. And that's what I'm doing it for a good purpose, using it for a good purpose. But you so stuck in a phone that you don't even say hello when a person walks in the door. And then they're sitting there the whole time with you, and you're still on the cell phone like the cell phone is more valuable than the person in the house with you, because of the apps that's on there. That's what's destroying us. It's those apps that they're creating. And now if these apps were beneficial to increasing the growth of the mind, you know, or understanding about things, then that's a beautiful thing. Those things would be a blessing. But for just playing games, that's the majority of the things they're doing these days, is playing games and gossiping. Some of these social sites and people on their phones on these social sites gossiping. Those are not helping us. Now, if you sending a message across the wire and it's benefiting a life, then it's worth it. But if you're just talking about people, it's not worth it. You're wasting time, and you're teaching those around you to do the same thing. But y'all can tell you this right now, honey, I can care less about what people think. You will not lead me to sin. You already did that when I was a child, and I know now. I'm out of that phase. Quit letting these spirits manipulate us to do these wicked things to each other. We have to stop today. We don't have time. We don't have time to delay, to keep letting this life progress with this ignorance in our minds and in our lives. We have to come up out of this darkness. There is no option. There is no other options. We have to. Who does it take to make this happen? We're going to get on that. Be quiet. Let me tell you something. What's another thing that in this life that's ripping families apart? Lies, wicked people, our enemies, other nations, working together to destroy us.
Give me the book.
What did I write? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on 1 second. My apologies. There's children in the house with me today. It's trying to be a distraction, but I refuse. Okay, so one of the things that I wrote down was, I can't find everything that I was looking for, but one of them is basically this. This is the point. People need to recognize that Satan is the head of these organized groups of wicked beings and people, and their only mission is to gain control of our minds and steal our souls, which are the people of Yah. We are the children of Yah worldwide. We're in every land across this place, this earth. We're everywhere, scattered out. The same people being mistreated in every area, territory, wherever you want to call it. Those are Yah's people. And their only goal is to destroy us and steal our souls. And how are they doing it? Breaking up families, first of all. That's the main thing that they focused on, was to break up our families. If you can separate us, then you can conquer us one by one. Like I said, I don't tell people the things that happen to me because I'm self-pity. I'm far from that. I tell people because I care. And I don't care about a sacrifice. I don't care about what they want to do to me. I'm telling you because I don't care what they want to do or how our enemy feels. I'm telling you so you could be aware and informed of what's going on around us. This is not just happening to me. That's the reason why I'm telling you. Because if I had any self-pity, I wouldn't have been dealing with this for 10 years without spreading it like I'm spreading this information. And the only reason why I told my family is because I didn't understand the spiritual side of this. So I'm telling them in strength what was happening to me, so that if something did happen and I did die, they would know and be aware of what was going on around me before it happened. No other reason. There is no fear in me for this enemy. I don't keep my mouth closed just to please the enemy. You know, so many people out here, they don't want to hear the word of righteousness. They don't want to hear the truth, because they have some of these demonic spirits inhabiting them. You know the difference by what people say and what people do if they are inhabited with evil spirits. It's very clear. Mothers and fathers who abandon their own children. Aunties and uncles who don't love their nieces and nephews. Friends that don't love your children or love you. People who are not loving. Love is not some la-la thing. It's for real. Love is caring for someone. Even if it has to hurt them to tell the truth and tell them what they're doing wrong. That is love. Love is not just smiling up in people's faces all day, all the time. Yes, that's what we should do, but it's not all that. Love is putting a child in their place when they're out of place, so that they don't get away with things that can hurt them and think it's okay later on because they've been doing it for so long. No, you stop it and you nip it in the bud when it begins. Forgive me because I'm frustrated. I'm because people are trying to approach me in the wrong way. They think they know me, but they don't. Don't judge a book by its cover. I don't like talking like this. I like talking peaceably and humbly, because that's who I am. But I see there are some people in this world who misjudge me, which I'm not one for proving myself to nobody. But for all them who want to judge me, are all your family members doing all right? Are you speaking that power into your families? Is there anyone in your family that have a wicked spirit that you have cleansed out of them? Is there anybody in your house or your family that's unhappy, unloved, suicidal? Have you washed all your sins away? Have you washed all the sins away from your family? Or have you helped them to do that? Growth takes everybody. It has nothing to do with faith. It's action. I do have faith. If I had no faith, I would not be spreading this word to our people all across the world and not keeping it into myself and being quiet about it. Once I began to understand the seriousness of it, this last year, the Most High have showed me and gave me so much understanding that I did not have a year ago. I've been trusting in him and having faith in him the whole entire time I've been going through the mess that I've been going through. I know who wakes me up every morning to keep me doing his will. Because if not, I should have been dead a long time ago. I should have been dead before I came out the womb, and if not, then after I came out, because the devil been trying to take my life from the beginning. I just didn't know that. Oh, but he has shown me that. The Most High, not man. But I do love, and I do share my love. I've shared my love with my family and my friends and strangers since the beginning of my existence into this world. When I entered into this world, even to this day, going through all that I'm going through, even when my life is at stake here. It ain't at stake though, because my life is in the hands of the Most High. So I know who holds my soul, who holds my life. I know He's in control. There's no doubt in my mind at this point of my life. I know He's in control. He just shakes us up a little bit to get certain things right in our lives, or to give us the strength that we need to go to the next level. It has nothing to do with not having faith. If we live in an imperfect world right now, in a very imperfect time, let me say what it is. We're living in dark days where the times are very wicked. And anyone who feel like they have peace in their life, I will question that. Because there is no peace for God's people until we come together. So if you feel you're living a peaceful life, I will question that. Anything you have to say to me, or try to speak inadvertently towards me. Because peace and wickedness, they don't share space. But within God's people, which I'm going to make another video about that. I don't want to get deep into that because this was basically about family. When God's people come together, there will be peace on that day, because every wicked spirit across this land will cease to attack us. But until then, there will be no peace on this earth in no one's life unless you are wicked. Then you think you have some kind of peace. But I have peace in my soul. There is no peace around me. But God gave me that peace in my soul while I'm withstanding this wickedness that I'm walking through in this valley. Now back to the family. Why is it important for us to stick together? Why is it important for the head of our family, which is the man, to have his mind right? Because if you destroy the man, you leave the woman feeling vulnerable, unloved, lost. Then what happens? It ricochets down to the child who feel unloved, hopeless. You get where I'm getting at right here? Hold on 1 second, please. Sorry about that. So back to family. Now, while you have your children, like I said, and yourself, our enemies now you see the difference here. One of these exercise the mind, while the other is destroying the mind. You can say whatever you want to say, but I know the truth. Even when it comes out the mouth of a stranger, I know the truth. The truth was in me from the beginning. I don't care if you hate what I'm saying, because truth is just that, the truth. I was born with this. This was in me at conception. And I'm going to live in my truth no matter what comes my way. I don't care about people turning on me. You don't understand how strong my spirit is. I don't care about being alone if that's what I have to do because I'm telling this truth. I don't want nobody in my life who ain't right. That's what you don't get. I'm not desperate for anything. I don't need to have a man if he ain't right. It ain't about sex to me.
You did that on purpose.
It never has been. I don't need to have children. I would love to have them now because I'm ready. But then I didn't want no children. I told God when I was 15 I didn't want no children. Not because I understood how wicked the world was. And I said, I can't bring no child in here. I told him, I explained to him why I said that. Not just because I didn't want them. I told him I couldn't bring no child in this world with the way this world was. Because I was not spiritual then. And I did not understand that it was spiritual. How to connect them together with carnal. And I told him I should be cursed if I bring a child in this world like that. And I knew in my mind I wasn't ready to be no parent. Well, I didn't know what to teach this to a child. But today I do. Today, I'm ready now. And that's why I'm starting with my nieces and nephews and the stranger's child. And the strangers and the adults. You don't see that this enemy is creating these things to separate us. Don't think he didn't do it without knowing the reason why he created these devices. Overbuilding cars and all these scooters. This is another one. This has nothing to do with family value, but I'm going to tell you this anyway. All these other devices, scooters with motors on them, where you don't have to use your leg strength and your heart and your energy inside of you, making you lazy so you can eat this fast food that have all these hormones and chemicals and all these things to get you obese. And then next thing you know you're going to one of their doctors for help. Then you're going to be dependent on pills and other drugs that are not helping you. You need to open your mind to what's going on in this system. This system is the head, oh my gosh, of Satan's plan for us to die. And I'll be damned literally if I don't say anything. He who saves his life will lose it. And he who loses his life will save it. You better know the meaning of it, because honey, can't nobody tell me what my father has taught me to be true. He has shown me. You don't have to believe he showed me. You don't have to. But there will be some who will hear this truth and will recognize it and will change their ways and live. Death in this world is not death eternally. It's glory and life to those who live the truth of the Most High, who pleases the Most High. What's another one destroying our families? Money. Money is destroying our families. Greed. Selfishness.
Who's playing?
There's a lot, and I wasn't ready for this one, this topic, but it's hurting me. I'm not broken. I'm broken as far as, being separated from my body of Christ, of people out here in this world. But I myself in my spirit I'm not broken. After all I've went through and that I'm going through, I am not broken. Because the Most High came and lifted me up. I was broken. But he came and he showed me the way. The reason why is because I was searching for him no matter what was going on in my life. I can remain a positive minded person. And instead of accusing people and blaming people and turning on people and betraying people and bringing people down because of what I was feeling, I searched for understanding. 1 minute, bunny, baby. 1 minute, okay? I searched for understanding all my days because I understood, like I said, the truth was already in me. And I saw it in the world, in people, in families. And so I needed understanding of it all. Why was these things happening? What was the root of these things? What was the cause of these things? That's where my mind was. So for all those who think they know my mind, I don't cry. I never cried for my own life and everything I went through, even in this day, until I understood that other people were facing it too and was hurting. So their pain drawed into me. And I gave it to our Father to take care of it for them and me. I'm not desperate for no attention. I don't need it. I know what kind of attention is of this world. I don't need no sympathy. Don't you ever feel sympathy for me. I don't feel sympathy for nobody. But I have empathy. I understand. I try to understand what I don't understand. And if before I feel sympathy, we're going to get together and try to work out a resolution to this problem. Or we ain't going to sit and dwell in no issue. No, we're not going to create a pool of issue and dive in it. We're not going to do that. We're going to resolve it. That's me. I'm a solutionizer. I'm not a person who's going to dwell up in no wicked pool of emotions and issues. We're going to drain that. We're going to unplug that and let that stuff drain somewhere else.
I put that myself in.
You need to know that this enemy wants to destroy us. And God is showing us the way. The Most High most definitely is trying to guide us out of our suffering. But it takes our will to partake in that.
You have some chips last night, but you.
Otherwise, he will deliver people individually.
You only gave me a little bit of the rest.
And that is the truth.
This is how much you have. This is how much you have. Yeah, way more. You're a liar.
I don't like to hear
The bag wasn't even this big. So stop lying. Hi. I said, come on.
Children crying or telling me they want to hurt their parents or hurt somebody because of their anger and frustration with their lives. I don't like to hear people say they hate their family because their family is not showing them love. I don't want to hear that. I don't want people saying they wish they had somebody like me because their woman's not treating them right. I feel uncomfortable when people say that sometimes. I've been hearing that since I was a teenager. I don't want a man who can't appreciate me because I'm not living a part of this world and he thinks I'm different, I'm weird, I'm strange, I'm crazy. Because I'm real and I'm truth. And he or she or whoever in any situation that other people may be going through, they're not.
She's on 64.
Yes, I am a sinner according to the eyes of the Most High.
He's on 64.
But I'm a sinner in the making of cleaning myself up. Even though as a sinner, like I said, I saw the truth. I didn't grow up with God in my life as far as him being in my mind, knowing who he was in the foreground. He's always been there. But I did not know that. And I didn't search for him as a very young child deeply. But I thank God I was a very hopeful person no matter what was coming my way. I understood. I said as a teenager, a young adult, I said, this can't be life. This can't be that. This can't be it. But everybody's so comfortable in it. They're not searching no deeper for more. But me, oh, I wanted more. I needed more. Love is the value of life over anything. Because love brings forth everything you can imagine. All that you see before you that you think you want, every desire of your heart, and except for the wicked desires. There wouldn't be no men in prison or women in prison. There would be nobody in institutions. There would be no homelessness. There would be no angry, lost, hateful child. There would be no lonely women or lonely men. There would be nothing in this world that the world has around us making us think is okay, and it's not.
You're 64? You're like 64?
There would be no hungry children.
You're 64. When you're 68.
There would be no sadness. There would be none of these negative emotions. Because love conquers everything wicked. So this is why the enemy is trying to make us feel these ill feelings, to keep us in a wicked state of being and mind, so that we will not conquer this wickedness that surrounds us, and keep us in prison of this wickedness is the desire of Satan. I'm only one. I can't do it all by myself. And if we want to look at it from a world perspective, and if I was to be selfish and uncaring and unkind about what's going on around us, I wouldn't care. Because I don't have no husband. I don't have no children. So therefore, I would say in a selfish state of mind, that ain't my responsibility.
He's on 70.
That ain't my job. That ain't my problem.
Who is it? Elijah?
I wouldn't care. But since I am love and I do care, I'm putting my life on the line in a world point of view. But in a spiritual point of view, I'm saving my life. Either way, it's a sacrifice.
Wait, let me see.
One that I will accomplish. No matter how it looks on the outside, no matter how sucked up the enemy try to get me, no matter how many teeth I lose, no matter how much hair I lose, no matter if all the material things were gone from my life, it will not change God's plan for my life. And I know this. I don't care how many family members betray me and turn against me and go into the hand of the wicked man or the wicked spirits and come up against me with their wickedness and try to set me up for failure. I don't care how many of the enemy, the strangers of the world, the enemy uses. I don't care how much the enemy come up against me. I'm in the hands of the Most High, and everything is according to his will in my life. No matter what people say, you better know what he said. You better understand what this means. Because I do. I'm not leaning on to my own understanding these days. Not once the Spirit of God poured into me and filled me back up. Because at one point, the light was like this. Oh, but that flame is burning now. It's burning deep in me. And because of my love and my care for myself, these children, our people, and our enemy, I'm going to speak what I know. Because we're lacking. Those who think they got it all together and they're not out in the world trying to help somebody, even if it's just with a word, you can't tell me nothing. And don't you make no comment against me. Because a lot of these people who are quick to talk, they've had the knowledge. They had that knowledge. But they didn't have that truth in them, buried in them. They had the knowledge. And they did not share it with nobody. They are not going out sharing with nobody. They're on these social medias and they're not sharing it with nobody. They're not breaking it down for on our level, so on people's level, on a human level, and a carnal level, for people to understand what they're talking about and how important it is for this stuff to be practiced and in our lives day to day. So don't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
The whole world had 40 years, 41. I'm gonna say 40, because once at one point between this last year, you couldn't tell me nothing no more. But 41 years, you have 41 years to tell me everything, because those are the times I was lost, asking questions, trying to find the truth and trying to find answers. So no one in this life gave them to me. And now, when I went to my father, in these last 10 years of my life, he's been pouring that truth into me, giving me answers. Yeah. And in this last year, he completed those answers. He completed in me what I needed. So if God is teaching me and showing me and enlightening me, giving me understanding, confirming everything I've already known that he already put in me in the beginning, then can't no man come and alter that. I'm not worried about this life because I'm not going to die. I'm gaining my life. I've got it. No matter what it looks like to mankind or what it looks like to these creatures that surround us and this darkness that's bringing this suffering and oppression on this world, not just our people. I have the Spirit of the Most High. You can get envious and jealous, and those are nothing but spirits of Satan, and they will not move or shake me. I'm grounded in my truth. Start loving your family. Wives and husbands, start loving your partners. Pour that love on your children. Quit walking around with your head up your $10, please. Talking about you can't be laugh a little. You got to be serious all day long. No, you don't. Because if you're serious, you don't have to pretend to be. It will be just that inside of you. Not on the outside, because that don't matter. I'm a very serious person, but I love these kids and be silly with them all the time. But they know when it's time to be serious. Oh, it's time to be serious. I will not quench my spirit, and I will not let no one else quench my spirit, and I will not quench the spirit of anyone in my presence. If anything, I'm going to put fuel to that fire so that you can be awakened and you can be enlightened and you can be sure. I did not mention the things that were stolen and taken from me by the enemy because I'm worried about material things. So let me add to that. I'm telling you because I'm not clinging to this life. When the enemy came up against me and stole from my house, damaged my things, put my life in danger, I went to God. Not because he took these things, not because he stole from me, not because he taken anything from me, because I turned around and donated more than half of my household after they did all of that to show them I don't care about this stuff like that. I don't care and cling to material things. I'm not caring and clinging to this life.
Well, it's my turn.
But I most definitely appreciate every gift that the Most High pours into my life, and I take care of it and show that I appreciate it. And I share what I have to show that I appreciate him and what he does for me. And I'm not selfish.
That's not how you play.
I'm telling you these things because these things don't matter, the material things of this life. But you should appreciate them and not treat them like you can just get it anytime. Because the only reason why you get it is because the Most High allows it to happen. And they can be taken from you just as easily. Appreciate what you have. Yes, you should.
That's not how you play.
That's why I'm clean in my house. I take care of where I lay my head. It's very important to do that. Your house all dirty and junky, you can't think right. You won't feel right. Your energy and your whole atmosphere is going to be destroyed. Your mind will not be right. You will allow every wicked thing to enter into your spirit. I'm not in need of anything. And whatever need I may ever have, I will trust in the Most High for those needs. Because everything that I ever needed in this life, every issue that I thought I had as a child, I didn't complain to people about it. Nobody ever even knew my problems. Because to me, I'm going to say problems because that's how you can recognize it. It wasn't a problem to me. It was more of a concern to me. And I didn't understand things. And I kept it into myself. Everything I captured in the world and heard and saw and felt, I kept it inside to myself. Because I already saw pain in the world. I didn't want to add to that. I had to find answers of how we could clean it up. I'm not high off of emotion or anything else. No matter what I've done.
Look, I know how to do it. Look, I know how to do it. Look, I know how to do it.
Judge not, that you may not be judged. And if you do judge, you will be judged by the same measure or more. I don't judge people.
You already know, yeah. Look, I know how to do it.
I've always cared for people. Their concerns always was heartfelt by me. Even when I didn't have the answers, even when I did not know, I always tried to comfort every person I knew that was in some kind of pain, whether they were homeless, whether they were so-called sick, no matter emotionally or physically, it did not matter. My love spread it across this world like butter, and it still does. And that's all in favor, and all the glory belongs to the Most High in my life. Everything that I do, it all belongs to him. And that's why I give it to him. Even today, And he favors me for his giving him acknowledgement, showing him respect and kindness and love the way he poured it out to me. No matter what I went through, I don't blame God for nothing that happened in my life because it had nothing to do with him. I don't question him and say, well, why do you let this happen to me? I'm not in my understanding. As a child, I probably did, but not in my understanding. And even then, I didn't blame him. I just asked him, why is it happening? Help me find the answer to help it. You can never search my mind, ye of little faith. My mind is not equivalent to this world. And I've always known that.
Who is that? Is that Elijah?
Don't you ever judge me and think you know me. You will never know me. If you don't know the Most High, you could never know me. And even then, you can never search my heart or my mind.
Wait, go down.
People who want to help you, you push them out your life.
Who is that?
People who wants to destroy you, help the enemy to destroy you, you welcome them into your life. Oh, I'm not backwards like that. You better believe it. That's why this house is empty. I'm not backwards. But those who are of this world walk in a backwards manner. Those who want to partake in the enemy's ways are walking in a backwards manner. Oh, but I'm far from that. I've been forward the whole time.
That's my mom.
I'm not trying to attack nobody.
Is your mom?
I don't do that. I've never been a violent person. Whether it's mentally, verbally, physically, whatever. I've always tried to help people. But I guarantee you this, as soft-hearted as I am, I'd be damned if somebody think they're going to come up approach me with that wickedness and I'm just going to sit still. That's not going to happen. My father didn't make me that weak. I've been quiet all these 40 years, up to 30 years. And then I spoke out about what I was going through because, like I said, I thought I was going to die and I wanted my family to know what was happening with me. But I never blamed nobody without understanding what was happening around me. Without understanding, I did not speak out. Now I can speak out. Because I have that understanding. And that did not come from man or anything of this world. It came straight from the heavens. Poured into my mind and my soul and my spirit, everything about me, my heart, my flesh. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. In the name of Yeshua. And I claim it. Because it hasn't prospered in 42 years. I just made 42. Yes, not yesterday, but 2 days ago. And I've been the same person since the beginning. Oh, ain't nothing wavering about my soul. The only thing changed that I like change is things around me.
That might happen too. No.
Oh, but my soul has never changed. And I don't welcome no wicked being into me. I have pushed out, put my hand up on wickedness from the beginning of time. Like, you ain't welcome here. No. That's why I've smiled all my life. Always had a smile on my face, even to this day. Like I said, I don't give a damn if they break all this stuff out of my mouth. It's gonna stop me from smiling, because my smile comes from the joy the Most High gave me, and it's in my heart. That's why it comes out on my face, in my actions. in all that I say and do.
Do not.
And I'm far from ignorant to this world.
I love you, Nugget. See, I won't pull it anymore. That was you.
I'm not one who explains myself, but I see it's needed at this moment. Because I knew once I got on Facebook to post this and try to get this message out to my people. I can tell you right now, I had under 500, I had under 450 friends on Facebook. When I started posting this truth on Facebook,
look at Joe.
How many do I have? I have 4,000 friends now. And I haven't, and you know I haven't been on Facebook. The enemy has drawn all these people to me. Like I believe what the devil means for my bad, God makes for my good. And also for the good of those out there. He can change the life even of the enemy and the wicked.
Do that again.
And if he wants to use me to do it, I am obliged. It is an honor to sit at his throne, beside him, walking in his will and in his way. It makes me a better woman.
I got you.
It gives me the strength and the courage and the confidence I need to overcome any obstacle in my way.
Anaya, you're so...
My praise ain't fake. It ain't for the synagogue. It's not to be blasted on camera. No. What me and the Most High discuss is between me and the Most High. Unless it's necessary to help people, to bring them to understanding and belief in where they should be, what they should be doing in their lives. If my information won't benefit no one, I won't speak it. If it has nothing to do with benefiting you, I will not speak it. I'm not a loose tongue or a small mind. I will fear no evil, for he is with me. He is in me. He is the one who kept me. He is the one who keeps me.
Want to go on my neck? Want to go on my head? I want to go on your back.
This wicked enemy don't have no respect for children.
Get up, Baba. Get up, Papa.
That's the part that really frustrated me. But you know, even with that, I have to leave that all in the hands of the Most High. And I can guarantee you that every child I prayed for, that this enemy tried to come up against, oh, every prayer, oh, it's done.
Want to go on my head now?
It's done. Every protection these children around me need, it is done in the name of Yeshua. It is already done. It was done before I spoke it, because just the thought, he heard me. He read my mind, and it was done before I even spoke it in the atmosphere. Everyone who comes up against me in the worst way with a wickedness and don't try to conform their ways, they will be dealt with. And it is done. Because my Father loves me, and he always has, and he always protected me. Anything I asked of him, it is already done. I speak with love when I speak. So I don't try to speak all aggressive and make people feel like I'm this powerful being or leader. No. I'm trying to speak love to people so they will understand how to speak to people, how to speak to one another, to put love on your spirit. I don't want to speak like I'm a leader. I'm not no leader, and I'm not that kind of leader. Maybe I am a leader. Now it's just time for me to accept it. I am a leader. I am. When I think back on my life, I just thought all the way back to my teenage years, and I was always a leader. That's why the enemy has been trying to destroy me my entire life. Because he knew I was a leader. He tried to hinder everything I tried to gain so that I can use it to help people. So he blocked everything. But that same blockage that he blocked from me, God is tearing that wall down right now. Just like Jericho. That wall is about to fall.
I do have sound, Corey.
And I speak it into the atmosphere.
My baby brother. My baby brother.
The words high will not return unto him void. So if he makes a promise, it is done already. It just has to come into fruition in this world. It has to go through the shaking, the beating, and the pressing. And then, and only then, it will manifest where we can see it. Family is the most important thing in this lifetime right now. And not just family, just the love of it too. Loving, because everybody can have a family, but that don't mean ain't no love in it, even though they all sticking together. So it's the love of the family that is the most valuablest thing in this lifetime. Loving yourself and loving others. The Most High said it. The two greatest commandments of all is to love your God more than anything in this life. That means loving them more than your husband, your wife, and your children. And the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as you would love yourself. You need to know what that means. So don't try to judge me like I don't know. If I go off on somebody, that's ignorance. And I know it. Sometimes I want to be ignorant for the moment. Because I'm sick and tired of this enemy. And that's the only time I can get that way. And then it's not really ignorance because I know what I'm doing. It's frustration. And I'm allowed to be frustrated as long as I don't sin.
Alright, stop playing. I'm focused. Try to focus.
So, you need to know your word. The enemy did try to alter his God's holy scriptures. But he can't stop it from surfacing. You need to have a smart enough open mind and open soul, not open enough for devils to enter it, but open and ready for the Most High Spirit to pour into you. Quit allowing darkness to overcome you and imprison you.
I'm Superman, Sunny Boy.
Because you can't stop the goodness that's about to hit this world. You can't prevent what God has already planned. And if you think this enemy can do that, then you are already lost in hell.
I'm a Superman boy. Auntie,
the Most High chose me to use for this mission. I didn't ask to be a part of it, but I said yes.
You dad.
Because I am willing and I am able.
You thought sit your butt down. You thought.
Have mercy on me, Father. I mean, no disrespect. But I'm so sick and tired of people in their small minds. Very small-minded. They're so conformed to this world that they don't even realize that they are. Even when they see truth,
He's in that box.
they don't realize even they who judge others,
Chuck, he's in that box.
you're conformed to this world. Anyone who does not help or try to help someone in this world come out of some kind of darkness, even if all you have is a word for them, you are conformed to this world. And what is this world?
Smart. How are you so smart? In the box.
Everything in it is the will of Satan.
Okay.
Everything in this lifetime that you see a part of this system is the will of Satan. And his wicked followers are executing his will.
Heard that? Chucky's going.
But our will has the willpower to choose which way we go. And I'll let you know about that in another video. I just had to make this one for you. I thought I was done with the aggressive stuff. But I see I have to speak with my power to let people know where I stand. But that's not about proving anything to no one, which it is proving it to you at this moment. But I don't have to, and I know I don't. I don't have to prove anything I do or anything about me to no one on this earth. The only one I have to prove anything to is the Most High. That's it. And that's all I ever did. I don't have to please nobody. I don't have to please mankind. I don't have to please no creatures. I don't have to please anything except my Father in heaven. That's it. And I know that what I do is always from my heart. Not because I have to do it. Not because I feel imprisoned to do it. Not because I'm obligated to do it. It's because I choose to do it. Because of my love and my care and concern. But I want to thank everyone who even got to the end of this video for hearing me. And like I said, I pray. And I like to pray my prayer to myself with God, but I'm going to pray this prayer. I pray that the Most High will open the minds of the people. Help us to conform back to your way, Most High. Help us to conform. Help us to get our minds right. Conform us. Change our minds back to the way we were from the beginning. Change our hearts back to the way they were in the beginning. Save our souls from eternal damnation by giving us understanding in what we should say, do, how we should treat one another, even our enemy. Help us accept the truth and live in nothing less than that. And deal with things accordingly as they come. I speak love, peace, prosperity, good health, and healing for those who are broken. Joy, laughter, a sound mind. I speak power, mercy, spiritual growth, spiritual understanding, and spiritual discernment over everyone in this lifetime, and everyone, especially those who understand, and especially those who don't understand. And we ask these things in your mighty name, Yeshua. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. In the name of Yeshua.
Have a wonderful, blessed day and night wherever you are. Afternoon. Just be open for the truth. and receiving it. Don't be quick to decide. It takes a lot of information to sort things out, and just be patient. You will get there. I searched and I searched, and now I'm found. I was lost too, and now I have found my way back home where I belong. And many of us have done exactly the same too. I've seen it, I've searched, and I found my brothers and sisters out there who have done the same things. So every one of us have that option, but it is a will in us that will take us to get there. The will in you. You have will power. Tap into it. I love you. Always.